Go to
You're not.
all of it. You said something.
You're not. This should be good.
Presentation, right? I'm offered to get closer to the cable. They should put another outlet. No, it's oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay. No, that's fine. You're fine. 5:30, man.
order. But before I call for any item on the agenda. Thank you for listening. Before I call for any item on the agenda, I'm gonna ask everybody that's on, Zoom, everybody that's watching on Facebook, and the audience that is here, plus the council that is here, for us to take a moment aside. We lost a 80-year veteran of city council, Mr. Leo Olivares. And I want to take a moment aside in honor of him for all the years of service that he served our community. And not only our community, but also as an educator for our community. So please join me in a moment of silence with the family. Thank you very much. And now I will call for invocation and pledge of allegiance. And I will call for the pledge of allegiance and invocation. And Mr. Perez, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, and thank everyone for being here today. We ask everyone to please stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Heavenly Father, as we honor our veterans, worthy men and women who gave their best when they were called upon to serve and protect our country, we pray that you will bless them for their unselfish service and the continual struggle to preserve our freedoms and our safety for all of us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perez. Presentation, item number 1. Ms. Enriquez, you have the floor.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. So we have a few educational and business development workshops happening at the Chamber this week and next week. On November 10th, we will have,
I hear something.
can you hear me?
Ms. Enriquez, report from the Greater Mission Chamber of Commerce. You're on, ma'am.
Yes, Mayor and City Council, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, perfect. Hi, good evening, Mayor and City Council. So this week, we do have a couple of educational and business development workshops. On November 12th, we will have an educational workshop focusing on the human resources process. So we invite any of our small businesses that are interested in the HR part of the business. On November 11th, we do have another educational webinar focusing on the Customer Service Plus. And the following week on the 18th, we do have a business development workshop, and that is focused on e-commerce, which is online electronic commerce roadmap, getting your business online. And following CDC protocols, we are glad to announce our 26th annual Community Health and Wellness Fair. We are following all CDC protocols and safe distancing. So this year it's going to be a little different. We're going to host the health fair on a 2-day, it's going to be a 2-day event on December 3rd and 4th. It's on a Thursday and a Friday. The events will happen from 7:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock. And the blood work, in the past, we asked everyone to come and line up as first come and first serve. So what we're doing now this year is we are having those by appointment only. So our community can go ahead and call the chamber between 8:30 a.m. and 12 noon, Monday through Friday, to schedule their appointment. So they'll be able to contact our office and schedule their appointment already, so they know at what time to show up to the event center. We're also going to have other health screenings there as well. So we're hoping that this event will be a little bit different. because we want to make sure people feel safe. So again, those that want to reserve their appointment, remember this is complimentary blood work by the Mission Regional Medical Center, which is a proud sponsor, and we're glad. So we're excited that they were able to do this for us in the community. And I just want to mention that sponsorship and booths are available for now. So if any vendors want to come and be part of the health and wellness fair, we're also going to have some webinars that are going to be physician-led regarding the importance of COVID, the flu shots, and a lot of education during this time that is pertinent to our community. We are also working on a fall business impact survey to assess the business pulse in our community. The last business survey we had was in June. So we hope that we can go ahead and have another self-report survey from businesses owners that can go ahead and let us know if they're operating completely or if they're limited capacity. Are they open? Are their diners open? Are they hiring? Are they looking for employees? So we're hoping to roll out this business impact survey this week. And that is all I have for this evening, Mayor and City Council.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll open it for the council to see if you have any questions directly for the chamber.
No questions from me.
Again, thank you very much, Ms. Enriquez, and I will move over to presentation number 2. Mr. Danny Silva, you have the floor, sir.
I'd like to report that we are officially done with our Mission Cares COVID program. We had 286 businesses that we assisted in a total amount of $945,500. And this is separate from the city's program that they. So we had a lot of feedback from the businesses. Some that are coming to the food park and enjoying that. I'll report on that in the future with the outlook and closing sales.
Thank you, Mr. Silva. Any questions by the council?
Daniel, I just wanted to say the food park has been a huge success. I've gone there a couple of times to order some food and it's been sold out. So how do you see that going?
I see it going really, really well. So we've been open for a month. We have 4 weekends in our belt. The first 2 weekends, we were selling out of food every single day, which is good for small business because that means that they're selling what they were hoping to sell. It's not so good for the one who wants to partake of the food because it may not be there. But they've been learning, and which is part of the process, learning how to stock inventory, how to prep food. There was 16 new jobs that were created because of the food park. In the month, we generated about $100,000 in sales.
Wow.
And they pay property taxes. So they're registered in the C building as a place of business, and you can use tax. So it's been great. We have cars this weekend. We're running out of parking space, so it's easy to borrow some after hours parking space, but it's definitely been a good experience.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Silva? Again, thank you very much, Mr. Silva. We appreciate your effort in the CARES Act. Item number 3, we have the departmental reports. They are in your packet. This is the time that you have a chance to ask directly to any department head, any questions that as they report in writing.
I move to approve the department reports as presented.
We have a motion to approve the departmental report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. In this, I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and I'm moving to item number 4, and I'm opening it for citizen participation. Ms. Carrillo, do you have anybody to sign that signed up, ma'am?
Yes, Mayor, we had Miss Esther
I just, the reason I'm here is because I have help from my family who's helped for many years with Texas. And for some reason this year, I was told that you guys did not allow this barbecue, which is sanctioned. It's not open to the public. It's all been allowed because of social distancing. So you allowed the pumpkin patch, which was a great idea for outdoor leisure time recreational seasonal activities. But they were invited to the farmers, so we took it next door to another town. And they're gonna have a competition over there to raise money for fishing. So that makes it to the floor. So I just want to let you know that I'm kind of disappointed with that decision the council made. And I do thank you for allowing me to ask about activities, but that money is for the Mission Fiesta, and you want to study for the sanction cookout. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Salinas. Any other, Ms. Carrillo?
Yes, Mayor, we had Mike Silva.
Mr. Silva, you have 3 minutes, and be advised, the council cannot respond to any of your issues or ideas that you're bringing up. And you have the floor, Mr. Silva.
Thank you. Mayor and City Council, I come before you today as a union representative to address an ongoing issue regarding our city administration and our fire administration. Although the city has done an exceptional job replacing aging fleet, providing great benefits and safety equipment, we are currently under the constant micromanaging and control by our fire chief and assistant chief. Recently, I was disciplined for rendering aid at a tragic accident scene while off duty. Furthermore, having false complaints against me by Assistant Fire Chief Rene Alvarez regarding an incident which you all know when I spoke in public comment at a city council meeting. And now, just last week, firefighters were given an SOP that has been viewed by our legal counsel, which violates state and federal laws. Texas Local Government Code 143086, Section E, a governing body may not restrict a firefighter to engage in political activity. Firefighters have the right to publish matters of public concern as it's a method of transparency. For the chief to implement an unlawful procedure is completely irresponsible. We talk about bullying and harassment in the workplace all the time, and that's the kind of treatment we are receiving right now. I am proud to be a Mission firefighter for 22 years with no disciplinary record until now. These continued attacks towards firefighters who speak up will not be tolerated. We will not hesitate to file legal actions toward the city, and we will not be silenced by our unlawful orders by the fire chief. To even suggest that even our own family members are not able to take pictures at a fire station, which are open to the public without the consent of the fire chief, is ludicrous, even off duty. We hope to resolve this issue with the city, and I thank you for your time, and I hope you make the necessary corrective actions as we bring these forward, these concerns. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Silva. Do we have anybody else that has asked to be on citizens' participation?
Mayor, I didn't have anyone else. I don't know if Mr. Martinez.
Alex, do you have anybody indicating, or Charlie? No, there are no indications. Therefore, I'm going to call for the public hearing, planning and zoning recommendation, item number 5. Ms. De Luna, you have the floor.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council.
Stand corrected, Ms. Dimas.
My name is Ira Selma Dimas. I'm the code enforcement supervisor, and I'll be presenting the items on behalf of Ms. Lucy De Luna. Okay, our first item is a conditional use permit to expand Suerte Bar and Grill for the sale and on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages at 205 North Sherry Road, Suites A and B, being Lot 1, South Sherry Commercial Subdivision. The property is currently zone C3, and the applicant is Buzz Entertainment LLC. The 2,450 square foot bar and grill is near the northwest corner of Sherry Road and Selena Street, along the west side of Sherry. The applicant occupies a suite with an outdoor terrace along the south side of the existing commercial building. The Planning and Zoning Commission recently approved a CUP for the sale and on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages for this location on July 13, 2020, for a period of 2 years. Now the applicant would like to expand an additional 1,420 square foot, making it a total of 3,870 square foot. Section 1.56 of the zoning code states bars must be at least 300 feet from the nearest residence, church, school, or publicly owned property. There is one residence to the north and few mobile homes to the west within 300 feet. The hours of operation are Monday to Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. There's 10 employees at the location. The parking, it's held encumbered. There's a total of 58 existing parking spaces, and the required are only 37. Staff has received several concerns regarding noise in the past few weeks. Staff has also met with the applicant to address these concerns. The applicant has agreed to remove the speakers on the patio, and on the terrace, and also add a buffer to deflect the noise. The staff's recommendation is approval subject to 2-year evaluation, at which the applicant will have to renew the CUP with the TABC license, waiver of the 300-foot separation from the residential homes, and must comply with all fire, health, and building code requirements, and also acquire a business license, including the new location. This is a public hearing, and this item is now before you.
Thank you, ma'am. This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against this conditional use permit? This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against this conditional use permit? This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against your conditional use permit? Ms. Carrillo, has anybody indicated electronically that they want to speak on this issue? No. Alex, do you have anything? Okay. Therefore, since there's no indication that people want to speak on the public hearing, I'm closing the public hearing and I'm sending it over to the council for the council's.
I forgot to add, Mayor, if the council is inclined to approve this item, and adoption of an ordinance will be needed.
That's correct. And the ordinance number would be 4965 for the record.
Mayor, I move for approval.
We have a motion for approval. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Do we have a second? And this I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries at 5-0 ordinance 4965 is adopted. And I'm calling for item number 6. Ms. Dimas, you have the floor.
Item number 6 is a conditional use permit renewal for the sale and on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages at 100% Dojitos Mexicanos, located at 2306 East Expressway 83, Suites 1 and 2, being Lot 1, Cimarron Crossing, Phase 1 subdivision. The property is currently zone C3, and the applicant is 100% Dojitos Mexicanos. If the council is inclined to approve this item, and adoption of an ordinance will be needed.
Mute.
The subject site is
You're
located
mute?
near the southeast.
Maybe that's
corner
what it
of
is.
Taylor Drive,
You're muting yourself.
on the front road.
iPhone.
Requesting the renewal of this CUP for the sale and on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages. This CUP was mostly recently approved on October 20th.
Yeah, I don't know.
Years.
All of a sudden it's muted.
Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday from 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Alcoholic beverages will during the allowable stage. Staff of 9 employees will make this operation in different shifts. The stadium is ready for the entire plaza, meets both, and is held in common the parking area. Notices were sent to the property owners within a 200-foot radius of the businesses where staff has not received any comments in favor or against any of this request. PNC and staff recommends approval subject to CUP to be valid from a period of 2 years, at which time the applicant will need to renew the CUP of their TABC license and must continue to comply with all building, fire, and health codes. This is a public hearing. This item is not before you.
Thank you, ma'am. This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against the conditional use permit renewal? This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against the conditional use permit renewal? This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against its conditional use permit renewal? Is there anybody electronically? Ms. Carrillo?
No, ma'am.
No. Charlie? Therefore, I'm gonna close this public hearing and I'm gonna, ask for the guidance and direction of the council
I
on
move
this
to
item.
approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and this I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Ordinance 4966 is approved 5-0. And I'm calling for item number 7.
For the on-site and on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages for Stargaze Ice House located at 850 North San Francisco Avenue, being the south 109.5 feet of Lot 2, Lot 137, Mission Original Townsite, and all of Lot 52, the Sherry Industrial Subdivision. The property is currently zone C3, and the applicant is Stargaze Ice House, in care of Sonia Mayfield. This is a public hearing if the city council is inclined to approve this item, and an ordinance will need to be adopted. The subject site is located at the northwest corner of Francisco and 8th Street. The bar has been in existence at this location since 1960. The applicant is requesting the renewal of the CUP for the 7 on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages. This CUP was most recently approved on October 22nd, 2018 for the 7 on-site consumption of alcoholic beverages for the period of 2 years in line with the CABC permit. The hours of operation are Sunday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., Saturday 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. There's 3 employees, including the owner. The land parking and landscaping are existing and meet code for the existing establishment. Such uses need to be 300 feet from residential uses. Thus, a waiver for of the separation requirement needs approval. Notices were sent to property owners within a 200-foot radius of this businesses where staff has not received any comments in favor or against this request. Staff does not object to any extended approval period for this item. Staff and PNC recommends approval subject to CUP to be valid for a period of 2 years, at which time the applicant will need to renew the CUP and the KBC license and must continue to comply with all building, fire, and health codes. This is a public hearing, and this item is not before you.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against the conditional use permit renewal? Ms. Salinas, you have the floor. The podium is recognized. Keep in mind that you have 3-minute limit and
Thank you, sir. First of all, my neighborhood, my 2 homes, my son, nobody received anything through the mail. Nobody. Just by the grace of God am I here.
are you within 200 feet of the
We are within the 200 feet.
Okay.
Okay?
Can you take her address and double check?
4 houses from me. I'm 100% against this noise violation, this alcohol, overparking, just on and on. You all know my problems and my grievances. I have submitted so many videos of men going outside and urinating, exposing their penises, women falling, being drunk. Even the chief said, "Can you bring your evidence in?" Ya nos cansamos. You know, Mission needs to have over there like the 5x5, a nice area. It's pitiful. The kids are trying to walk back to school, into school. No, you gotta go against cars. All the parties are on violation. The women victims come in at 10 o'clock in the morning. They're 40. What a wonderful example for our citizens, especially our children. Really wonderful example. And we know last time she was here, she said that was just a bar. That wasn't a place of very cute. Yes, it is. We've had many men tell us that's a place of prostitution. Furthermore, you stated specifically that that place has been a bar since 1916. Oh man, you're wrong. That was an ice house where the people purchased yellow, no cerveza. My father did not go there for cerveza. They went for yellow. So that is wrong. I am 100% against that. We don't sleep. Our children don't sleep. First day of school. Oh my God, first day of school, I had to call the PD and the chief and everybody. Hey, the kids have to go to sleep. I'm a teacher, I'm a coach. I want the kids perfect attendance. I want them in school. Los niños, oh, they can't even sleep because the noise is too loud. And then I get other people telling me, well, I'm from my aunt and uncle and aunt are in their 80s. Your uncle and aunt are not going to school. I'm 100% against this. And I'm telling you right now, my opinion, and I'm a taxpayer here, please do not allow drinking. Don't even, she needs to relocate. Seriously, man. You know, right now with the COVID, thank God, we don't have the noise. But if you all want recordings, I have them all. Yeah, enough is enough, and I'm hoping and praying that you both know.
Thank you, Ms. Salinas. This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against the conditional use permit renewal?
Am
This is a
I
public
allowed
hearing.
to,
Anybody in favor or against this conditional use permit renewal?
am I allowed to speak as owner of Ice House?
Okay,
Ice House owner allowed to speak?
okay. If you have someone, Charlie, go ahead and recognize them, and the chair gives you the authorization to recognize them. Please state your
Okay,
name.
I am
You have 3 minutes. You state your position, favor or against.
I am Sonia Mayhew. I'm owner of Ice House. Am I allowed to speak?
Go ahead.
Sir? Okay, Mr. Mayor and the rest of the city council, I think I'm very aware that Miss Salinas does not live anywhere near Spoggy's Ice House. I do not know this woman. She's only become part of issue with music. The bar's been there for 60 years. We try our best to be within the city's ordinances and comply with the city. Where else do I go with that? I mean, we're getting more and more known as a family operation. We've been closed for almost a year now due to the COVID, and for her to keep going on and on and on and on about the same old, I had no one but her come to our establishment and say anything.
And as a matter of fact, everything that you just heard out of her are baseless, false allegations within this innuendo.
Hold on, sir. I had, the floor has not recognized you. Still have Ms. Sonia Mayhem on the floor. If you could stand by, please.
Okay, so her baseless, our general population that goes into the Ice House are 60 and up. And they do not go outside and urinate in broad daylight and all this other accusations that she has. And the woman lives nowhere near 200 feet from the establishment. So why is she allowed to say anything? She has 3 properties that she owns, and she owns Oblate, but she does not live there. She does pay taxes, but so do I. There's revenue generated by Go Mission, by being more proactive in businesses, taking care of businesses, local businesses. We have been through a very, very tough year. You think that she would be for the people. You think that she would be for a woman in business for herself. But all she wants to do is cut. At what? What does she have? She just continually cuts. If it's not me, it's another establishment. She cuts and cuts at every one of us. For what? We should be together in this, not against each other. This is not the time for little petty arguing and fighting. We should be shop local, stay local, and create revenue for this city and not cutting each other down. Especially a woman standing on her own in business for herself does not look good. And I think I'm done.
Ma'am,
Thank you
your
very
3
much
minutes
for
are up,
listening to me.
and I'm gonna have to move forward, and I'm gonna need to identify the male individual that was speaking. Please identify yourself for the record.
Go ahead.
And you have 3 minutes, sir.
My name is Pete Valderas. And what I was saying in regards to the lady speaking, Miss Salinas, I believe, hurling in nothing but innuendo, nothing, no proof, just throwing nothing but innuendo, hearsay, baseless and false allegations. No proof, none whatsoever.
Sir, can you keep to the conditional use permit renewal, please?
Of course, without a doubt, without a doubt, absolutely. As a matter of fact, before the shutdown, we had an officer come in there and commend us at the fact that we were really actually following the protocol the way it was supposed to be. As a matter of fact.
For the COVID-19.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Is that it,
Anything
sir?
else?
That's it. And yes,
Okay,
without a doubt.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
We will. Yes, sir.
This is a
Thank you.
public hearing. Anybody in favor or against the conditional use permit renewal? This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against the conditional use permit renewal? This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against this conditional use permit renewal? Do we have anybody on electronic? Ms. Carrillo?
No, Mayor.
Charlie, thank you. I'm closing this public hearing and I'm moving it over to the council for direction. Council, what is your information? Go ahead, ma'am.
We had complaints on the noise, in regards to the noise. So
Let-
he agreed to remove those speakers.
Let me ask you this question, and let me add on this before, and then I'll let you, before I pass this. We have we had revised our policies and procedures for planning and zoning and for live music. And one of the indicators was if we were gonna allow live music, that they needed to use the state level noise pads that are required for highways and highway level, you know, so there'd be no noise as a retaining wall. It's a retaining wall that around. Was that approved or is that in practice?
It has not been approved.
So we
I know Mr. Luna is working on trying to get a workshop going.
Okay.
with the client and
So
stuff.
the policies haven't been approved.
No,
Okay.
no.
Now, continue, Ms. Garza.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, my concern is that we're not being equal. We're making one establishment remove outside speakers because of noise complaints. Why would we allow outside music?
We can certainly make that recommendation, that if they have any speakers on the outside patio, to be removed or have them at lower decibels.
On the conditional use permit renewal, this one, is specifically, does it say for live music or not?
No, no.
So live music will not be permitted under this permit, am I correct?
What's on the table right now is just the sale and on-site consumption of alcohol.
That's what I thought.
We don't have conditional use permit for live music.
Right, but because it is a conditional use permit, we can put in conditions.
Yes, we can put in conditions, certainly, yes.
So we could, like the item before, not allow any outside speakers.
Either that or have them with lower decibel, either or.
Yes.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
a year ago, there was an agreement on, when this came up again, then that they would restrict the playing of music on a Sunday to end by 6 p.m. That's the only restriction that they've ever put on music.
Yes.
And what are the hours now?
The hours that they have right now are Sunday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., Saturday 10 a.m. to 1 a.m.
So I would change in the hours.
Sundays, it's only from 10 a.m. to 12.
To midnight
Yes,
on Sunday?
on Sunday.
But they agreed to restrict the playing of music to like 6 p.m.
On
That's
Sunday.
not in a written form on a condition.
It's probably under the previous ordinance that was adopted.
Those are not the right hours.
I think it was a condition set by the council
Yes.
Yeah.
when they came in. Can we set that same condition?
Yes, we can.
Yes, you can, Mayor.
You know? What do you think?
May I
Until
chime
we
in again,
get the
please?
policy in place.
May Smokey's Ice House chime in?
I just said to someone, I know Susie's not here today. I'd like to see some consistency, like Ms. Nori was saying, in reference to others, because I know that there's a bar on 495 where the one resident always complains also.
What
and
about the
it's-
food courts?
They did something on the walls for the music and stuff like that. So as long as we make sure that we listen to our citizens that have the complaints, everybody's individually. I'm sure I know Spoggies, I know Sonia has said before, that's why we wrote that in, that they would close at a certain time. I'm not sure it was 6.
It was 6:30.
Yeah, it was an early
Sundays.
time, but I'm not sure what time it was. But we just need to make sure that we keep it
Well,
just consistent.
well, I think that you need to research on the time that they gave them, and if,
Yes, we can.
and if it's still 12 midnight, bring it down to 10 PM at least
Okay.
Mayor,
on Sunday.
would you entertain
It's not open to 12 on Sundays.
Yeah, but what about the music? What about the food courts? What about the food court?
Yes, I will entertain it.
And then also, Edisema, what I would like is making sure that everybody in the 200-mile radius gets a letter because they did. Okay. Because that's also very important,
Yes.
so that everybody could.
Two
have
letter
an
within
opportunity.
200 radius.
Sorry, 200 feet. Sorry. It was a long day.
For the record.
Mayor, there's a motion to table.
Second.
But close the public
No, there's no
hearing.
motion on the table, sir, because I have not recognized the motion. I was asked, would I entertain, it, but I have not recognized. But I will recognize the motion if Ms. Garza wants to make.
to table by.
I'm happy with 6:30 on Sundays. I've been more
We
glad.
have a motion and second, and this final discussion by any of the council members. All those in
So you
favor
do
say
or
aye.
not?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries, so do the research and come back to us,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking bust their balls over putting those foam walls on the outside with
I will be calling for consent agenda items. All consent agenda items are considered routine by the city council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member requests an item to be removed and considered separately. The city council may take various actions including but not limited to rescheduling an item in its entirety for a future date or time. The city council may elect to go into executive session on any item, whether or not such item is posted as an executive session item at any time during the meeting when authorized by the provisions of the Open Meetings Act. Consent agenda item 8, consent agenda item 9, consent agenda item 10, consent agenda item 11, and consent agenda item 12. Council, what are your wishes?
Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the consent agenda, all items, am I correct?
Yes.
Mr. Plato, all items?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes. This I open up for discussion just in case any of the council members want to pull any of the items out before we vote. I'm gonna call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Consent agenda item approved. Item 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12 with a 5-0 vote. I'm moving over to approvals and authorizations, and I'm going to call for agenda item number 13. And Ms. Dimas, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 13 is a preliminary plat approval for Western North subdivision. It's a 30-acre tract of land being on the lots 14, 21, and 26, block 9, Texan Garden subdivision. This is in our rural ATJ. The developer is Everardo and Rigoberto Villarreal. The engineers is Aguirre Engineering Group, LLC. The proposed subdivision, this is not a public hearing item. The proposed subdivision is along the west side of Abram Road between West Mile 5 Road and West Mile 6 Road. The developer is proposing 42 single-family residential lots. The water CCN belongs to the Agua SUD, and the developer is proposing to connect to an 8-inch located along the west side of Western Road to provide water service to each lot. There are 9 fire hydrants provided and will be used as filling stations. The developer is proposing the sanitary sewer service for this subdivision will be addressed by individual on-site storage facilities of a standard design septic tank and drain field on each lot. Each lot meets or exceeds the county's typical half-acre standard where specific tanks are permitted. This area is not within the Mission City of Mission CCN. All internal streets are 32 feet back-to-back within 50-foot right-of-way. First feature project access will be from Abram Road. The proposed drainage system will consist on the installation of an internal storm sewer system with 16 inlets within the streets to collocate surface runoff from the lots and streets. Storm pipe ranges from 24-inch to 30-inch and will consist of a proposed on-site detention pond located within a proposed 150-foot right-of-way that is being granted to Hidalgo County Drainage District for the use of a future drainage district that is part, drainage ditch that is part of the Hidalgo County Drainage District number 1 master plan. The city engineer has reviewed and approved the drainage report. Staff recommendation in PNC is approval subject to meeting the model subdivision rules, complying with the street lighting policy, and meeting any comments from the county planning department. This item is not before you.
Yes, before I open it for the council, who has a CCM for sewer?
The CCM.
Or is it open?
Or is
Agua.
Agua is city.
Awasad has the CCM for sewer? Okay. Thank you. What is the wishes of the council?
I move to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and this is open for discussion. Call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 13 is approved 5-0. And Mrs. Dimas, you have item number 4. You have the floor, ma'am.
Item number 14 is the final plat approval, Glassback Field subdivision. It's being a 19.74 acre tract of land comprised of the south half acre of lot 262, Johnny Sherry subdivision, and a 1.10 acre tract out of a certain second tract line adjacent to lot 262, being 3.75 acres. The property is zone R1. The developer is NJBM, and the engineer is AC Engineering LLC. The proposed subdivision is located approximately 1/4 mile north of Ocean Parkway along the west side of Glassback Road. The developer is proposing 91 single-family residential lots. The variance has already been previously approved on October 14, 2009, back in October 14, 2019. This is where the developer was requesting a variance of the sewer capital recovery fees due to the dedication of land that is being given up to the city for the expansion of the city of Mission drainage ditch located along the west side of the property, and the sewer capital fees total $18,200. The developer is proposing to tap to an existing 8-inch water line along Glassback Road. The loop water system will have 2 connections, will be made one at the north end of the subdivision and another one at the south end of the subdivision. Fire hydrants are shown pursuant to the direction of the fire marshal. The developer is proposing to extend 8-inch sewer line coming in from Glassback and extending west to Amenco from Taurus Estates number 8. All interior lots will have an 8-inch sewer line extending and tapping into 8-inch line coming in from Glassback and extending to Taurus number 8. The subdivision has frontage to Glassback Road, which calls for an 80-foot of right-of-way. An additional 20-foot of right-of-way will be dedicated along Glassback, and the developer is proposing to widen his section of frontage along Glassback. The interior streets will be 50-foot right-of-way, 37-foot back-to-back streets. The developer is proposing storm sewer into a structure consisting of valley gutters, curb and or graded inlets, and RCP pipe. Discharge will be into an unnamed city of Mission drainage ditch located on the west side of the property. As for city, on-site detention will not be required as the ditch capacity will be expanded to accommodate the necessary detention. Staff recommendation is denial for the variance, which already happened, and approve the subdivision plat subject to must pay capital sewer recovery fees at 200 per lot times 91 is a total of 18,200. Dedication of water rights, park fees at $500 per lot times 91 is 45,500. Must provide a street light plan for review by staff. 5-foot sidewalks along Glassback Road in compliance with the model subdivision rules. This item is now before you.
Again, before I ask the council, and Ms. JP, you might want to answer this question. And the drainage, there's no drainage pipes, right? Everything's done by gravity or Or how is it gonna be draining out to the drainage ditch?
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. J.P. Terraza, City Engineer for the record. Yes, Mayor, there is some height on an inlet in each street.
What is the minimum size?
24.
24, okay, because I couldn't see it I couldn't see you might want to check on the chart. I couldn't see the pipeline at 24 inch on the drainage section, and that's why I just wanted to double check.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Terraza.
Not a problem. Yes.
Appreciate it. Mr. Council, what is your wishes?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve and a second. This is open for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 14 is passed 5-0. And I will call for item number 15. Ms. Dimas, you have the floor.
Mr. Mayor, this is Carlos Garza with AEC Engineering. If I may just have just a moment, it's not in regards to the item that you just voted on, but rather on your staff.
Subdivision. It's in our ETJ, developer Aniceto Izaguirre, and the engineers Izaguirre Engineering Group LLC. This item is not a public hearing. The proposed subdivision is located near the northwest corner of Miles 6 Road and Shasta Road intersection. The developer is proposing 76 single-family residential lots that all exceeding area requirements. The water CCM belongs to Sherman Water Supply Corporation. The developer is connected to an existing 8-inch line located along the west side of Prosper Road to provide water service to each lot. There are a total of 5 fire hydrants that are used as feeding stations. The developer extended to an 8-inch sewer line out within the subdivision and connected to a 10-inch sewer line along Prosper Road. The sewer CCM belongs to McAllen. The subdivision has frontage to Prosper 6 Road and paved county road with 80-foot of right-of-way. The internal lots will be fronting a 50-foot right-of-way, 32 feet back-to-back, paved street built to the county's construction specifications. Drainage for the subdivision is through the use of a type A inlet and 20-inch HDPE lines located within the proposed streets that will flow into the existing West Main 3rd outflow. Staff recommendation is approval subject to must meet the model subdivision rules, comply with the street alignment policy, must pay all capital sewer recovery fees, and comply with comments from the county planning department. This item is not before you.
I move to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. This is open for discussion.
I have a question.
Go ahead, ma'am.
The capital recovery fee for the sewer, since it's a McAllen line, would that be to McAllen?
The sewer capital recovery fees that they pay to McAllen?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Alrighty. So obviously, the city of McAllen is also going to see this plat and approve it? Will the city of McAllen review this plat as well?
This was part of a land swap.
No, they already approved it.
It's already been approved by McAllister.
It's already been reviewed in McAllen.
So they did review it at the beginning, and now that we swap ETJs, and now we belong to us. So
Yes.
both of us reviewed them.
Okay. All right. It just sounded funny to have the McAllen sewer and
Yes,
capital recovery.
Excuse me, Mayor. We've got Mr. Carlos Garza that has signed up. He wants to speak on this item.
This is not a public hearing. As advised Mr. Carlos Garza.
But it's, I mean, if they, on any regular item now that, someone may speak, if they sign up. So I don't know if you want to give him that opportunity or not.
They would have to have signed up and spoken in public comment, not at the individual item.
That's correct.
Yeah, and I believe he just mentioned on Zoom with Charlie that if you would allow him, but.
Yes, let me get the questions out of the council first, because that may answer the question Mr. Garza has,
He's actually the engineer for the previous item,
Oh, okay.
so I don't think he wants to speak on this item. But even then, you have no obligation to recognize the mayor, but you certainly can if you want.
Yes.
So my other question, Mayor, is as far as drainage, it's going to drain into I didn't hear that part. Okay, so there's a.
A lot of people left.
Okay.
And they wanted to hear what's about the more.
Rick left.
Mr. Garza, can you hear me? Mr. Garza, can you hear me? You said he was Carlos Garza?
It was Charlie. Charlie came and told me that.
He what? Okay, so he's not available. Okay, so I guess that answers my question. Any other comments from the council? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries and thank you. Item number 16.
Great job, Iracema.
Who's going to be, you, JP? The floor recognizes you.
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of Mr. Dismares, he couldn't be with us today. I'll be presenting item 16. Authorization to execute second one-year renewal option with Gulf Coast Paper for cleaning and sanitation supplies for city facilities via state approval board. Contract number 569-18. The contract terms were for 1 year with 2 one-year renewal options based on a 0% increase in price. Seeking authorization to extend the contract for the second one-year renewal. The city has been doing business with Gulf Coast Paper for over 22 years. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
I move to approve.
We have a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and in this I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 16 is approved 5-0. Mr. Terras, and I'm calling out for item number 17. Mr. Belmontes, you have the floor, sir.
Good evening, Mayor. Item number 17, authorization to purchase beer, wine, and liquor for resale at the Mission Event Center and Sherry Municipal Golf Course. Staff is requesting the authorization to make such purchase or resale at the Mission Event Center and Sherry Municipal Golf Course from the following vendors: Blazer Beer and Beverage, O&S Distributors, Holiday Wine and Liquor, and Showman's Market Center through September 30th, 2021. As per Texas Local Government Code 252.022, general extensions, goods purchased by municipality for subsequent retail sale by the municipality. The goods acquired by the Mission Event Center and Sherry Municipal Golf Course are exempt from the procurement process. Mission Event Center budget not to exceed $46,000. Sherry Municipal Golf Course budget not to exceed $60,000. Staff recommendation is approved.
I move to approve.
Before I recognize your motion, Mr. I have on the Mission Event Center budget not to exceed 42,000. Wouldn't it be consistent to put it at 60,000 both, or is there a difference why one is?
Based on the historical purchases, I'm assuming that's what they're basing it off of.
Okay.
The expenditures that have been done.
Mr. Plata, your motion has been recognized. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and this is open for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 17 is approved 5-0, and I'm calling for item number 18. Chief Sanchez, you have the floor.
Mayor and Council, item number 18, authorization to purchase structural firefighter bunker gear from National via 5-0 contract 603-10. Seeking authorization to purchase 9 sets of firefighter bunker gear. This gear will replace sets that reach the mandatory 10-year retirement program set by NFPA 1851 requirement. The total cost for the amount of $22,742. This item is now for.
I move to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and it's open for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 18 is approved 5-0, and I'm calling for item number 19. Chief Sanchez, you have the floor.
Item number 19 is authorization to purchase operational rescue equipment from Municipal Emergency Services via HVAC contract EE08-19. The high and low pressure airbag equipment will be part of outfitting the new Pierce apparatus for emergency operations. The purchase cost is for the amount of $17,099.26 via HVAC contract 608-19. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
I move to approve.
We have a motion on the floor to approve, and I have a second, and this is open for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Now, item number 19 is approved 5-0, Chief, and I'm calling for item number 20.
Thank you, Chief.
Mr. Mendiola?
Mayor, City Council, Roy Mendiola, Sanitation Department. Sanitation Department is seeking approval to purchase 2 new grapple brush trucks via TIPS cooperative contract number 20206. The purchase is needed to keep the upkeep with the growth and demand of the city services and for future emergency hurricane or severe weather response. Staff is recommending to purchase from Freightliner of Austin via TIP cooperative contract number 20206. The cost of each unit will be $159,595 per unit. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
I move to approve.
Second, Mayor.
We have a motion to approve, and second, and this is open for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 20 is approved 5-0, and I'm calling out for item number 21. Ms. Vela, you have the floor, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Item number 21 is authorization to award a contract for bond counsel. On July 13th, staff received authorization to solicit bids. Staff received 3 proposals. Bettis Law Firm PLLC was found non-responsive in accordance with the terms and condition requirements. They failed to submit a cost proposal as requested in the evaluation criteria. Committee therefore evaluated proposals submitted by Norton, Rose, Fulbright, and Orrick, Harrington, and Sutcliffe LLP, and found Norton, Rose, Fulbright to offer the best value. Staff and city manager recommends approval. To add, I just want to add that the contract will have a 30-day termination with that term.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Vela. What is the wishes of the council?
Where is this company from, this law firm?
This law firm is from San Antonio.
Move for approval, Mayor.
We have a motion to approve as presented. Do I hear a second? Do I hear a second? I will second that motion. And is open it for discussion. Any discussion?
I would like to, well, I guess, do we need to vote on that or we need to discuss?
Right now, it's open for discussion. Do we have a motion on the floor in a second?
You know, in the Pettis Law Firm, it is a local owned business. He is, I personally know Mr. Pettis. He has a lot of years of experience in working with municipalities, bond counsel. I think he has about 15 entities that he serviced in the valley. I personally would like to give the business to somebody from the community.
Good. Any other discussion?
I'll second that. I would like for him to get an opportunity.
Mayor,
But-
we would first need to deem him to have been responsive.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. You know, I mean, it shows here in the data that he's a non-responsive, so which means that he doesn't qualify for.
What we can do, Mayor, is we can.
We have a motion on the floor and.
Mayor, I
Yes.
would like to rescind my motion, and I have a question for Mr. Belmontes on this line item.
Okay, the floor will recognize the motion rescindment and the second by me, and I will open it for Mr. Belmontes. Mr. Belmontes, you have a.
Mr. Belmontes, when it comes to situations like this, Mr. Pettis, obviously, he was interested in doing this service for us, but you all asked through for him to submit something else, and did we reach out to him to tell him that he needed that document?
Yes, ma'am. We actually have a pre-proposal meeting where we invite all interested parties to take part in the meeting to discuss and to go over every single one of the requirements as part of the solicitation package. On there, we have a recording where we had a pre-proposal meeting, and I notified everyone of the requirements that they needed to meet, to be found responsive and responsible.
Did Mr. Pettis show up for that pre-conference?
I believe.
He did not,
I
Mayor.
have to go back and.
He
look
did
at
not.
the-
I was there at the conference. It was only Norton that showed up at the meeting.
Okay, so he didn't even show up to
So the
pre-conference.
invite is sent to everyone.
Yeah.
And it's publicly posted on our website and on.
Yes.
If I may, Mayor, just real
Yes.
quick, just,
Go ahead.
since he was deemed unresponsive, we can move forward, but to move forward, we would need to table this item and allow the committee to consider his proposal, because they haven't even looked at it.
That would be my recommendation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to table this item and allow the staff or the committee. And there are 2 city council members on the committee, am I correct?
No, Mayor, it's myself, it's Angie Vela and David Flores.
I think the one of the city council,
You wanna put one on there?
I instructed that we wanted to have 2 city council meetings on all procurements of all contracts and all purchases.
There's not even-
And I appointed Mr. Plata and Ms. Ortega.
Okay. We can include them and get them copies of those materials by the end of the week, and then.
So you can be, so we can be able to work some of these things out
Yeah.
before they come to us, you
It
know?
will need to be a pretty fast turnaround for us to get it to the next meeting, if you want to table it.
Yes. Okay, any other discussion? Any other discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and the item number 21 is tabled at 5:00, you know? So I'm calling for item number 22. Ms. Vela, you have the floor.
Item number 22 is approval of the monthly property tax report for the month of September 2020. The 2019 total adjusted tax levy for taxes was $22,847,396.43, and the amount of the collection as of September 30th, 2020 is $22,074,103.99, which represents 96.59% of the total 2019 tax levy. The total adjusted tax levy for delinquent taxes was $2,181,845.52, and the amount of collection as of September 30th, 2020 is $480,505.47, which represents 22.02% of the total tax levies for previous years. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
I move to approve.
We have a
Second.
motion on the floor to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second, Mayor.
We have a second, and this I open up for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 22 is approved 5-0, Ms. Vela, and I'm calling for item number 23. Mr. Benson, you have the floor, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. I have before you item number 23, which is the authorization to purchase via sole source vendor one walkthrough Jubilee Christmas ornament. This ornament will provide years of enjoyment and seasonal illumination, as well as a beautiful family photo opportunity. The delivered cost of this ornament is $16,244.80. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
I move to approve.
We have a motion
Second.
on the floor to approve item number 23. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and this I open up for discussion.
Is there a picture?
This
Do we,
is your,
No,
can you put
it's
it
in
on the
the-
screen?
Do you have it?
Alex?
It would be on the iPads, ma'am.
Okay, well, it'd be nice to show it on the,
Yeah, no.
I
It's
can
not,
describe it for you. It's illuminated with
Okay.
12 balloon lights. It's about 11 feet tall. It's about 13 feet wide. It's 6.5 feet deep. It's a
You gonna put it at Leo's Park? Your Peña Park?
that's the kind of-
So when we do the lighting, you know, good.
you can pass it.
You have it?
It's in 95 one. I think it's like raised with it.
you have pictures taken with, under it.
Yes. That's all purpose of it.
Any questions?
Put it on the slide.
Any discussion?
So that people can see.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 23 is approved, Mr. Benson, 5-0, and I'm calling for item number 24. Mr. Benson, you have the floor.
Thank you. Item number 24 is approval to purchase assorted lawn and landscape maintenance equipment via state lawn board, contract number 611-20. The equipment to be purchased includes one SCAG zero-turn mower, one Skag fabric bagger system, which is to be attached to this mower, 5 steel loop trimmers, which are weed eaters, one 12-inch steel chainsaw, one steel extend pole saw, one steel 30-inch hedger, and one steel 24-inch hedger trimmer, and 2 backpack blowers. The combined cost is $17,164.30. This equipment will be used for lawn and landscape maintenance in city parks, facilities, woody lots, and rights of ways. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
I move to approve.
Before I accept your, I have a question, Mr. Benson. Did you have the courtesy to the local vendors here by giving them a courtesy call and find out what their prices is in comparison to this? Because this buy board contract is outside the valley, am I correct? Because all of this equipment, you can find them in Mission and Mission Auto Electric.
And we did a hub search on it also, and nobody complied with our hub search.
Okay, so they're not cheap, or,
The steel saw is one of the best.
I don't,
Brad.
they do have steel saws there.
This is what they make.
Yes.
It is Mission Auto Electric, sir.
Oh, the contract is with Mission Auto?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, so that answers my question. Thank you, Mr. Benson. Okay, Mr. Plata, you.
Yeah, I move to approve.
I recognize your motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a motion on the floor and second, and I'll open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and item number 24 is approved, the 5-0, Mr. Benson. And I'm calling for item number 25. Chief Dominguez, you have the floor.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. Item number 25 is authorization to enter into a standard software maintenance agreement with Tyler Technology. Tyler Technology has been the software provider for all our records management systems since 1981. The agreement will include the servicing of all our software modules and upgrades to our current operating system. The total cost of the one-year agreement is $97,455. Staff and city manager recommend approval of this item.
Mayor, move for approval. Second.
We have a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second? Did I hear a second? Yes, I did. And this I open up for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and item 25 is approved 5-0, Chief, and calling for item number 26, and you have the floor, sir.
Item 26 is authorization to purchase 36 body-worn cameras and accessories to Vital Contract 604-20. This equipment will be utilized to report all the contracts to the general public. The total amount of the purchase is $37,980. The Mission Police Department was awarded $18,825 from the Bureau of Justice Assistance FY 2020 body-worn camera policy and implementation program. The city of Mission is responsible for a cash match of 50% towards the purchase of the body camera. A difference of $330 will be paid to our general drug forfeiture account. Staff and city manager recommend approval for this purpose.
I move to approve.
We have a motion to approve, then we have a second, and this I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 26 is approved 5-0, Chief, and I'm calling for item number 27, and you have the floor, Chief.
Item 27 is authorization to purchase a Robotech Avatar 3 tactical robot for the Mission SWAT equipment grant project from the sole source vendor. The robot will be used to support various areas such as explosive device remediation, hazardous material operations, assisting tactical law enforcement operations, search and rescue and surveillance. The robot will be capable of air climbing, also in operation, and will be equipped with live video feed and two-way functions. There is no cash match required by the city of Mission. The total amount of purchase is $32,550. Funds awarded from the Office of Governor's Homeland Security Grant Program will be utilized to purchase the robot. Staff and city manager recommend approval for this.
I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve, and is open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 27 is approved 5-0, Chief, and I'm calling for item number 28. Mr. Salinas, you have the floor, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members. Come before you seeking authorization to execute first one-year renewal option for odor control chemical for the Public Works Department, wastewater treatment plant and lift stations. On November 2019, the city commission entered into contract with Walmart Inc. for the purchase of odor control chemical. The contract terms were for 1 year with 2 one-year renewal options based on 0% increase in price. The unit price at this time will remain the same. Mayor, city council members, for the liquid form, the purchase in liquid form and solid form, as originally stipulated on the bid tabulation document. Against that, seeking authorization to extend contract for the first one-year renewal option with Walmart Inc. This agreement will extend bid number 20-016-10-20 from November 2020 through October 2020. Staff and city manager recommending approval.
I move to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and this I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 28 is approved 5-0, Mr. Salinas, and I'm calling for item number 29. And as Mr. Vela, Mr. Avila, you have the floor, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor and Council. I come before you seeking authorization to purchase fire apparatus parts and repairs for the City of Mission Fire Department apparatus by Sweden Smart Group, certified DET technicians, by board 571-18. This is a service agreement that is in place currently within Smart, and this would be for parts for the fiscal year of 2020-2021. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
I move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the item number 29, and this I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 29 is approved. Mr. Avila, 5-0. Item number 30, Mr. Terras, you have the floor, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. Item number 30, change order number 1 related to the emergency sanitary sewer repairs behind Santa Fe subdivision by the Kmart drainage. Change order number 1 in the amount of $99,801. Due to the soil and weather conditions, the contractor provided extra resources such as dewatering, double shift, working day and night, special shoring, materials, and extra caution due to being so close to the property fences. Staff and city manager recommends approval.
Move for approval.
Second.
You have a motion and a second to approve. This I open it for discussion.
I just like to know, is this a permanent fix or is this something that's we're gonna have to go back in there and redo?
This area, it is a permanent fix.
Okay.
Even though, we still have the rest of the line is still a clay line. It's approximately 22 feet deep. That runs all the way to Glasscock. So we're working and building some plans to
Get that
replace
replaced?
the rest of the line in another contract.
Okay.
Is the smell also going away?
Took care of the smell.
The smell, because I know I had numerous phone calls on that, so.
Yeah, so the contractor basically, they finished today.
Yeah.
We're still gonna go and regrade the area and regrade the drainage. And also, we're gonna televise the line to make sure everything's tight. Most of the work underground is completed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Terras. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 30 is approved 5-0, Mr. Terras, and I'm calling for item number 31. Mr. Silva, you have the floor, sir.
Under number 31 is seeking authorization for change order number 1, the South Conway Lift Station sanitary sewer and water line improvement. As you may recall, this improvement is on South Conway, going south from the water treatment facility. It's an installation of lift station, water line, and sewer lines for future development on the west side. The change order is being requested because there's 3 entrances that need to be bored under. The total project cost was $2,289,519. The change order request is $125,581. Was approved at the third meeting, October 27th, and seeking authorization for approval.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve, and this I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 31 is approved 5-0. Mr. Silva, and now I'm calling for item number 32. Ms. Vela, you have the floor, ma'am.
Item number 32 is approval of the budget amendment to the utility fund, sanitation fund, and the 2018 steel fund, which is our bond fund. In the utility fund, we have $367,276 of expenditures for the carryover of the emergency sanitary sewer repairs by the Kmart Drainage to include change order number 1, just presented in item 30. In the sanitation fund, we have $159,595 for expenditures for the allocation of funds for the purchase of 1 grapple brush truck for solid waste. And also in the 2018 certificate of obligation fund, we have $159,595 for expenditures for the allocation of funds for the purchase of 1 grapple brush truck for solid waste, both of which were approved in item 20. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor and a second, and this is open for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 32 is approved, Ms. Vela. 5-0, please. Item number 33, Ms. Carrillo, you have the floor, ma'am.
Yes, Mayor, Council, good evening. Item 33 is election of Mayor Pro Tem. This is in accordance with section 3.05 of the city charter. The council at its first meeting after election of council persons shall elect one of its members Mayor Pro Tem. The Mayor Pro Tem shall perform the duties of the mayor in the absence or disability of the mayor. This item is now before you.
The chair will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for Jessica.
We have a
Second.
motion for Jessica. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and this is open for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries at 5-0, and correct me if I'm wrong. And then I want to, and it's approved, item number 33, and I want to thank Ms. Garza for serving as Mayor Pro Tem, I think, for many, many years.
I'm not sure how many, Mayor.
Yes, so, but I think the citizens have recognized your service, ma'am, you know, as far as that is concerned, you know. And on behalf of the mayor, I just want to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And I'll open it for Ms. Ortega. You have the floor, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. It'll be an honor to serve. I will keep Mayor Ocaña on task and maybe have less meetings because I think that every week we were having about 3 to 4. Just kidding, Mayor.
Yeah, not a problem.
No, like the mayor said, I have big shoes to fill. Ms. Garza has been an excellent representation of Mayor Pro Tem for the city of Mission, and I look forward for her guidance and her leadership as I fill this seat, and also Mr. Plata and Mr. Vela. I think that city of Mission is very lucky to have such a wonderful city council and mayor that work really great together, and we just want what's the best interest for our citizens of Mission. So thank you so much.
Congratulations, Ms. Ortega. Item number 34, Mr. Pettis, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Council. Thank you, Council, for congratulations. Item 34 is this is the discussion of possible action on modifying COVID-19 guidelines. This is the opportunity for the city council to make modifications on the city's existing guidelines. At this time, sir, we are currently monitoring our COVID cases throughout our city. We have currently have seen a spike throughout not only the city of Mission, but in the county as a whole. And so at this time, we don't have any modifications as far as us. We want to make sure that our employees and citizens are safe. And at this point, we are doing what we can to protect our citizens and employees. And so at this point, we have, again, restricted access to our city facilities. We are constantly sanitizing. We are practicing social distancing. Our employees are, we do provide PPEs for our employees as well. They're easy accessible. And so at this point, we don't have additional modifications. We do have the current, as you all know, some of the park restrooms that are open. We are sanitizing those several times a day as needed. And at the same time, we're still restricting park as far as basic playground equipment.
But all the bathrooms are open, right? Because the reason why I'm saying, and I think I've already mentioned it to you, and That what I'm getting is I'm getting the elderly people that are going out to walk, but they have that their disease needs that they need to go to the bathroom real quick, and they can't go back without stopping in the bathroom. And I know in some parks those bathrooms were closed.
Yes, we did make some modifications to open some. The most utilized parks do have the restrooms available, open. The latest one we did open was South Inspiration, Benson Park. That was, we had the restroom facility open at the back, so that's the latest one.
Thank you, Mr. Benson. Appreciate that move, because I do get a lot of calls from the South Benson.
Mayor, I have a question for
Hold on,
Randy.
let Mr. Benson speak. I recognize Mr. Benson. Go ahead, Mr. Benson.
To answer your question, as Randy had mentioned, we have most of the restrooms open, but not all of them. We're just monitoring them as we can. We are sanitizing every restroom that we have open twice a day. We're thoroughly cleaning the restrooms minimum 3 times a week. So right now we have Birdwell, Manward, the Black Hack and White, Milton, J.C., Hollis, and we just recently opened, we just recently opened the 2 restrooms at Benson.
Good.
But in the center and outside, probably not.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Mr. Benson. Ms. Ortega, you have the floor, ma'am.
Randy, I recall a meeting that we discussed all events because of COVID. We either did virtual or drive-bys, but we stayed until the end of October. So here we are in November, and I know Ms. Salinas mentioned something at the barbecue, and I know the mayor was supposed to be speaking to the Citrus Fiesta in reference to that. So from November to December, what are we going to be deciding in reference to the events that are coming forward?
The first item that I have has to do with the Vaquero Cook-Off, which is that we have told them that we were not going to have it, and then I just want to make sure that we reassure them that we're not going to have it, or we're going to have it. That's the first thing, the first item.
Well, I believe that we hadn't really made a decision on that because we were going to talk to them first and then come back and see what the month of November would bring with the numbers and how COVID was. That's what I remember. I don't know what the rest of the council.
What's the date on it, Ms. Salinas? It's November 14th. That's so they made their decision to move out without consenting, without considering or making contact with us. I wasn't aware that they had gone. The president. Yeah, well, we were not aware of that move by the Texas Citrus Fiesta, Yeah. Yes. Well, I was surprised also, Mrs. Salinas, when you brought it up. What's your direction, Mr. Perez?
Yes, sir. Apparently, this flyer does indicate that they have moved to a different location.
So which means that we have no jurisdiction over that, so that pretty much the Vaquero Cook-Off is off
I was not aware.
at their choice. But I will call the president of the Texas Citrus Fiesta the first thing in the morning, and I'll see what's going on. Okay, and then the other item that I have, Mr. Perez, unless I'm interrupting your and that is to remind that, because there's been a lot of questions about the churches, that the churches are gathering and so forth, and keep in mind that churches have 75% capacity or better, provided that they're aligned with the square footage that's available, and keep in mind that they have a different regulation than the 6 feet distancing. They are allowed to be able to sit together as a family unit, and on a voluntary basis. They ask the families if there's somebody individually in the family that has a concern about being together with the family. Well, then you use the 6-foot measure. But those churches and so just a FYI, so staff will know, and citizens will know, and our pastors will know that they have a 75% capacity or better, depending on the square footage that they have. And then the other thing I want to let everybody know, we're still under emergency operations. Okay, just FYI, our emergency operations center is still being operated. We still have people in and out of staff, as far as that is concerned. And until that's going to be until further notice, until I come to the council for guidance to close it. But right now, with all the spikes that, like Mr. Perez reported, in the city and the county, not only in the county, the state of Texas and the whole United States is beginning to spike again. And so we're gonna keep that up. Therefore, the other item that I have is that I want to let the public know that we still have the education task force, and they're still out there, they're still going on, they're still following up on complaints, and not only complaints, on direction from the city manager or from the office of the mayor, directions on going to educate the businesses as needed as the complaints come in. Just FYI for that. And without further ado, I'll open it for the council to see if the council has any possible modifications that you would like to see, so we can direct holistically as a council. Start with Mr. Vela.
No, I mean,
I will bring, the next meeting, I will bring moving forward to the next upcoming events for the next couple of months, so we can consider this.
Okay. Any questions, anything? Then I'm gonna call for unfinished business. Don't leave, Mr. Pettit. We'll call for unfinished business, and I just want to verify and validate none. Am I correct, Ms. Carrillo?
That is correct.
So I'm gonna call for routine matters, and that's why I didn't want unless you have your notes over there.
If I may, Mayor, on item 34, was there no action? On item 34?
That's possible, yes, no action, because we're gonna maintain the same modifications unless the councils entertain a motion. No motions, am I correct? Just to maintain what we have.
What's in
The
place?
current plan,
Yes.
the current plan, the COVID-19 plan. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Under city manager comments, I do want to mention that we had a very, very successful veterans virtual parade. It was very well attended. I do want to thank staff and the committee that organized the parade. It was very well organized. We received many.
I want to correct you. It wasn't a parade. It was an honors lane.
Yes.
So
Wow.
just for the record.
Yes, it was, we did have honors lane at the Mission Event Center. We provided 1,000 meals for veterans. It was very well attended, very positive feedback, and I do want to thank everyone for participating and everyone that contributed to organizing that event. Very, very successful. Also, the continuation of not only honoring our veterans Wednesday, but also the month of November, we will offer a free run of golf for all veterans for the month of November as they choose to, and they will be at their own time be able to play golf. Also, we do have a flag placing ceremony at our veteran cemetery tomorrow at 10 a.m. and also at 1 p.m. Due to COVID and social distancing, we will not have an event. However, we will be participating social distancing and placing those flags at that ceremony. Also, we are welcoming 8 new police officers. Tomorrow, we have a pinning ceremony at 9 a.m. at the Mission Event Center. 8 brand new officers that are patrolling our streets. So that's a new addition. So we do want to welcome them. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Pettit.
Thank you.
I'm calling for the mayor's comment on mayor's. I have a few comments to make. Number one is just to let the council know, and not only the council but also staff and the citizens, that we are implementing phase 1 of the UV-C research project. The research project that we're moving right along. Mr. Belmares has been working with a company right now, and he's getting them certified, so we can move forward to move through to conduct the UV-C research. Basically, the UV- research is very simple. We're going to look at light fixtures. We're going to look at the chief just mentioned a robot. They have a robot also. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at fogging type of ray type of deals that they call splashes that are being used in some portable devices that they can move in
Without everybody coming together, it's
posters, that went out to every single veteran. There was handwritten notes to the veterans in the swag bags. And I hope that they took the time to open up their bag and read the letters that the children actually put out to them. But I have profound respect for our veterans in our community and throughout, and it was an honor to be able to work alongside the great committee and the team that we built to be able to put this event together.
Thank you, Ida. I also had one of the veterans that said that that was the first time that he got something in his honor, in his honor, and he was a Vietnam veteran, a veteran, so those are the kind of. Is that the sign for me to stop talking?
I second that.
Do you have a panic device there or something? I know we're changing stuff, but I got a couple of more things. The other one is that I want to let the public know as well as our staff know that we're taking a delegation to Monterrey, Mexico. We're leaving at 5:30 on Thursday, and we're going to be officially signing with Monterrey at Mexican property, because the sister cities now have a regulation that they have to sign in U.S. soil and Mexico soil, and they didn't want to come to Tamaulipas, so we have to go to Monterrey, So I'm taking a delegation out there, and just FYI for the public to know, as far as that we're becoming a sister city officially with Monterrey, which is something very, very powerful for the city of Mission. Keep in mind that we're a city of hitting 100,000. They're a city hitting 6 million, 6 million people. So it's a little offset as far as numbers is concerned. But I can tell you that we are the gateway to the world. So they're looking at us as a mean to get to Texas and get to the United States and get to Canada also. Just FYI. So that's a bit. And then we also want to let the public know that Mr. Noé Escamilla was nominated by the mayor for a competition, competitive competition. I want to give the thanks to Benjamin Moore, the company out of McAllen, the Home Depot in West Local. And the painting company that came in and brought 8 painters, and they turned his house, the veteran house that was damaged and demolished almost completely during Hurricane Hanna, and him being in the hospital, as far as that, they did a facelift, and I don't know if we had a photographer that went to go take a picture of the new facelift, so look at it at our website. What the difference and how they left it, and those are the kind of vendors that we really appreciated, as far as that is concerned, and without further ado, I'll open it for the city council, and I'll start with Mr. Vela and then move down the line.
Okay, I just want to thank everybody that helped us out getting the swearing in together. It was very nice. That's it.
Ms. Garza?
No, I don't have any further comments. Thank you.
Mr. Plata left, so Ms. Ortega?
I just want to, the past 2 meetings my comment has been about voting. And so I just wanted to thank every single member here, because I don't know how many people are actually watching us right now. But thank you for taking the time out to vote. On Saturday, I shared a very monumental and historic event, watching the different speeches by our mayor, by our president-elect and our vice president-elect. And I was able to sit there and watch a woman get elected, right, to be the vice president of the United States with my daughter, my niece, my sister, my mother, and my sister-in-law. And it was just amazing. And so I think that we come in a time where us women empower each other. And I look out for all of you all to make sure that we are on the right track and give us a call to set us in the right way. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to go into executive session pursuant to VTCA Government Code Section 55.001. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0 to move into executive session.
Mayor, we'll have executive session in the committee room.
We we are going to be having executive session at the community room.
Because shit got
City Council exclusive session. I can't say anything. I can't say anything. I want to know if it got the permit got okayed or not.
It did.
But it was
It
so
made
much
everything
mumbo
pass.
jumbo. I don't know.
I'm set. I want to know what that is.
Hold on. Don't say anything. We're not muted. I don't know. It looks like they're all walking out.
Executive session.
I couldn't hear it. I can't get out of this. For 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Did you Google what executive session means? And they didn't table shit. All they said was,
Well, I can't get out of this. How are you get out of this thing?
Isn't search closest friend?
Oh. I'm still on this thing. I'm gonna delete this other. I don't know how to do that.
This item regarding 2.62 acres of land near the river requires a motion to rescind prior donation of land to the Diocese of Brownsville and to move forward with the eminent domain from the U.S. government.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0 for 35A, and I'm calling for 35B. Mr. Martinez, you have the floor.
Yes, Mayor, this is concerning Lot 4, Inspiration Manor subdivision. There is.
Lot 64,
Lot
right?
64, my apologies. Lot 64, Inspiration Manor subdivision. This was a recent resale purchase from a bona fide individual here in Mission. There are some mowing liens which are now uncollectible in the amount of less than $1,000. We require a motion to extinguish those mowing liens.
Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 35B has approved 4-0, and I will call for adjournment. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. We adjourn. Have a great day. Be safe,
Bye.
stay healthy, and be blessed.